So I had some DMs ask me how to get started with tutoring. I virtual tutor, and I'll tell you the reason why. So the end of 2019, I was tutoring in person. I was visiting people in the library at their homes. I did 2 or 3 students virtually, and I seen that I was getting the same results with them virtually as I was in person. And then as in person, I felt like I was losing money, and I hear why, right? Let's say I live in Manhattan, and I go to tutor somebody over in Brooklyn. It's gonna take me an hour to get there, right? I tutor the person for another hour, and I take another hour to get back home. That's 3 hours. Tutoring virtually, I could do 3 clients 3 hours, right? So let's say I'm charging $50 an hour, right? Times 3, that's $150. If I'm traveling, right? If I'm doing it in person, I travel in 1 hour, tutor them for another hour, and then come back another hour. That's 3 hours. That's only $50. So I'm losing $100. So the end of 2019, I told all my clients, listen, I'm just gonna do virtual. I lost a couple clients, I lost a couple clients, people were just, I'm used to just in person, face to face. Cool, do your thing. So the top of 2020, I did everybody virtual. And then the pandemic hit around March, and that's when things started to take off. Now, all you need is a tripod, which is not expensive, no more than $30. An iPhone, an old little phone, like I use this. Bought an extra phone, like an iPhone SE is like $400. You just need a phone. Any app I use, WhatsApp, I've used FaceTime, Google Meet. I have Zoom. I have a personal account. Any one of those work. You can also use, you can stream from an iPad, and if you have an iPad, you don't have a phone, they also have tripods for iPads. So here, is a tripod for an iPad, right? You see this board? This whiteboard is like $20. I just set it up and adjust it so that the student can see it and they can see the board. There's also apps like Jamboard where you could go on Zoom or Google Meet and use a virtual whiteboard. If you don't have a whiteboard, you want to buy one, you can use Jamboard, right? As a whiteboard. They have whiteboards on Zoom, so that costs no money. So it doesn't really cost much to start tutoring. You just need clients, and this is where word of mouth comes in. If you don't want to work for a company, you just want to do it straight by yourself, you have to do a good job so that people can recommend you. I started doing a good job with my clients and, started getting results, and people was recommending me, right? Before, social media wasn't really taking off for me. I got a few clients here and there. It didn't really happen for me until I would say, in the fall, like November, December. I was tutoring Jackson. I was doing a really good job with him. And Deval and Kadeem used to shout me out, put me on their page. And then that really took it to the next level with emails, DMs, so forth and so on. So many hit ups. And that's when my volume of clientele started, going crazy. And that's because I was doing a good job. The product, the service that you're providing gotta be good. Like, you gotta have results, And I don't work for a company, so I create my own material. Now, you're a teacher, right? If whatever subject you specialize in, I suggest that that's the subject you tutor in. I'm a teacher. I've taught middle school. I've taught high school, so I was already familiar with that. I also had a different range. I took every client. I didn't turn down any client. I've tutored clients from GRE. I tutored kindergarten, first grade, second grade, third grade, fourth grade, fifth grade. The reason why, I knew it's going to be a struggle at first learning the content, but once I get more and more of them, I get used to it, and I'll be exposed to different ranges of content, and that'll decrease the time that I have to prepare because I already know it already in my head. I get resources by using YouTube videos. I have biglearners.com, goes from K through 5. I already teach middle school and high school, so I already have those resources, right? The same resources you use to teach is the same resources you could use to tutor. It just takes time. Also, how I get results, that's the question, main question people want to know. So what I do is I tell the parents to send me a picture of what they're working on currently, or tell the teacher to send me the standards and topics or whatever they're working on currently. Because I already teach the content, I know where to look for it. I know already how it is. Sometimes I could just teach it straight off the head because I've taught it so much. And all I do is give them more practice on what they're already doing in the class. The more math is about repetition. It takes 24 at-bats to reach mastery for a student. So the more practice they get at that content, the quicker they're gonna show mastery. So when students are exposed to the content and they practice it over and over again outside of class, when they get in class and they have an assessment, they've seen it so much that they're gonna start performing. And then once they see students see performance, they're gonna be more engaged in our sessions, and then they build more confidence, and that leads them to perform. Once I get a lot of my students just to learn how to love math. And once they start to love math, it really takes care of itself after that, after a certain while. I've also take students and I tutor over the summer. The reason why I tutor over the summer is I teach them a grade ahead. So when, let's say, you're in third grade going to fourth, I teach them the major standards for fourth grade. So when the year starts, they've already been exposed to the content. And now with certain clients, I don't really have to teach. It's just revision and practice. I'm not really diving in, teaching hard every client. Some clients need more help, so I have to, I have to dig deep and, explicitly teach certain clients at a low level that I meet in the middle of the year. But the ones I've been working over the summer it's easy money throughout the year. Just revision, and then I push them further during the year. I also push them further during the year to always keep them on their toes. And that's really, all I do. Now, the setbacks, there's some parents that's gonna contact you that's like, hey, I'm interested in tutoring, and then you get the information, and then they flake on you, or that right before you want to start, they say, oh, I can't do it. Some of them, they're not consistent with the sessions, and they want to, they cancel. They do 1 week, they cancel another week. I suggest you to have them make payments in advance. So you, like a 2-week payment in advance, a month payment in advance, to make sure you got them locked in. You don't want inconsistent people, and you have to set boundaries. If you want to cancel, let me know 24 hours in advance. Don't have people just canceling on you like 2-3 minutes before the session starts. Or, some people do it, but they don't do it as much, and they're like, oh, I apologize, for telling you so late. Some people just like, oh, 5 minutes before the session starts, oh, I can't do it no more. No, you don't want people like that. You want people that's serious. Pricing goes based on, the results you've been getting. So me, I raised my price because over time, because I started getting a lot of results. Most of my students were performing really well when they met me. So after they started working with me, and people started recommending me so much, and then when people started hitting me up so much for clientele, I was like, I can't be charging everybody this price because I have so much value. I could really start charging what I'm worth. I have a master's degree. I'm a certified teacher, and I'm a math background, so I felt like certain people I've seen with my same credentials were charging that. So I'm like, I deserve that money too. I'm not going to cheat myself, and I'm creating the content. I'm contacting teachers to keep in touch with what they're doing. Sometimes I'm calming parents down because they're so stressed out with them. I'm like a counselor, a therapist. I'm more than a tutor. I let kids call me at any time of night. Some kids call me at 8, 9 p.m., help with their homework, and I answer, so I offer a lot. So I feel like I deserved what I charge, and I'm not apologizing for that. You shouldn't have to change your price for nobody because that's what you deserve. You work hard. I hope this video helps. Anything else am I forgetting? No, not really. So yeah, tripods, boards. Oh, and of course you can't forget about the expo markets, right? Can't forget about the expo markets and Eraser. Or you can use the Jamboard, which is a virtual whiteboard, or the Zoom whiteboard. And yeah. I also suggest you to make a schedule. Like when you start getting a lot of clients, make a schedule, because you will forget when you have to tutor certain people. Make a schedule. I have a schedule on my computer, which I'll probably show you another time. I also do group clientele because, with being a teacher, you can only tutor so many people with your work schedule. So on the weekends, I do group clientele, and I group that by grade. So whatever students are struggling on most in a grade range of maybe 3 to 5, I choose that topic to teach. And it's multiple kids. Obviously, the price is lower to get as much kids help as they can, as you cannot tutor everybody. So to make up for the people that you can't tutor privately, you can do group sessions. I gave out a lot of game, and I hope this is helpful. If someone wants to start a tutoring business, a lot of teachers do. Share this video, comment your thoughts below, and yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow.